Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paras Singh. I'm a third year BTech student at MIT Academy of Engineering. I'm currently studying civil engineering. The course is transportation engineering, and I'll be teaching you all about highway maintenance. That is an important part of transportation engineering. So, as the name suggests, highway maintenance is like what steps that can be taken to maintain the highway so that it does not fail any structural failures and the highway uh, if the maintenance is not done from time to time, so we can see various accidents happening. So it is very crucial point to address, and it ensures the highway maintenance ensures the safety, durability, and efficiency of roadways. Also, we have to address various pavement distresses, means the loads that are acting upon the highway, so that and there is no there is means there is no damage to the highway, and as a result, the activities such as rutting and fatigue do not occur. Also, maintenance activities are of different kinds, such as routine and periodic maintenance. Means routine maintenance is from in a lesser span of time, and periodic is from in a bigger span of time. And each focuses on a specific type. Like routine one is like small damages can be fixed, like patching or something like that. And the periodic maintenance is like on a longer time, means we have to change the road after the service life of the road is served. And highway drainage is also a subtype because mm, it is a point where the tables turn, because it plays an important role in preserving the pavement integrity. Because if not provided, if the highway drainage is not provided properly, uh, so water related problems can be there. And if coagulation of water on the highway occurs, means if the water clogs on the highway at various spots, so it might be a problem, and it also leads to mm, the damage to the highway. So the first type of pavement distress is cracking. Cracking that is faced. Cracking is generally cracks are formed. You might be well aware about it. So first of all, types of cracks. The transverse cracks. Transverse cracks, as the name suggests, are means, for example, if this is a divider of the road, for example, if it is quite visible, if this is the divider of the road, so it will be perpendicular to the center line of the road. Transverse cracks will play like this, so it is a major problem. And the second type of cracks is longitudinal cracks. If this is the road and this is the central line, for example, so the longitudinal cracks are like running parallel to this. Means cracks will develop in this format. So that is the second type of crack. Third is the alligator or fatigue crack. Alligator or fatigue crack means due to continuous movement of vehicle it occurs, and alligator cracks are generally like alligator skin. Means, by the name itself, you might be knowing that alligator skin. It's like a continuous chain of cracks. So that is the thing. And the final is the reflection cracks. Means it imitates the cracks that are below the surface, and means it gives the uneven nature to the cracks. The causes of cracks are traffic loading and fatigue. Traffic loading means if continuous loading, if heavy loading is given, so it is a major cause. And fatigue damages are there. Second is the temperature fluctuations. In cities, like in hotter cities, it is more permanent. Like the cities in Rajasthan, uh, temperature fluctuations are more because in the daytime it is very hot, and in the nighttime it is cool. So continuous like freezing thawing action, uh, for example, freezing thawing action in Kashmir and in the Rajasthan also, continuous high temperature, low temperature, high temperature, low temperature. So this will fluctuate and cracks will be developed. Third is the subgrade settlement or movement. Means if the subgrade that we provide to the road, to the bituminous material, so if it due to some reason, if soil is not proper, there might be various reasons, but if soil is not proper, for example, the subgrade will settle down. Means uh, it will go down, वो नीचे धस जाएगा, and mm, due to that the cracks are developed because it gives the uneven surface, and The final is the pavement aging and oxidation. Means after a certain period, cracks will certainly form. It is not that cracks will not form. However, best quality material you provide, if the period, life period of the pavement is 10 to 15 years, it is quite sure that you will see cracks after that. Just like in case of building, the best quality material you provide, but then also after 10, 15 years or the design period of the pavement, it will certainly face some cracks. First of all, now we will see the rutting and deformation. Means there are these other two types of distresses, that is the rutting and deformation. Rutting is basically the undulations in the road due to heavy traffic or other conditions, and the other conditions are like subgrade or subbase failure. Means if the subgrade is not provided properly, if the fails, there is certainly undulations in the road. The upper surface will face undulations, and that is the first thing. And second is the heavy traffic loads. Means if it is designed for up to 10 ton per meter square, and if it exceeds that, if some trucks due to not following the rules, if it goes like 20 tons, so it will certainly impact the road and rutting will occur. And the second is the deformation. The deformation generally occur due to any type of irregularities in the road. It may be it is not, deformation can be said a type of rutting also, but other deformations like cracks can be also formed. Sometimes the material segregation due to not proper uh, not proper providing of the material, so it is also a major issue. So we have till now learned about two types of distresses. Now third is the surface defects and potholes. It is means common type of means it falls under the same genre. And first of all, we'll come to potholes. Potholes are like localized depression or holes. We might be you might have seen them in local areas. And potholes, they generally store water, like puddles, small puddles. But puddles are means under it there is hard. But in the case of potholes, under beneath it there is huge huge layer, and one cannot know the dimension. Means it may be appearing small hole, but as the vehicle moves across it, the whole there might be a big hole. So as a result, major accidents occur on this place. That is the pothole. And second is the surface defects. First of all, raveling is the loss of aggregates, means due to not proper mixing, due to not proper providing the bituminous thing, or the binder. In case of flexible pavement, it is bitumen, as you all might know. And in case of rigid pavement, it is asphalt binder. So that is the problem. Second is the polishing, means due to, so the second is the polishing, that is smoothing. The excessive smoothing means the road becomes slippery, and it means the skid resistance is generally provided by a road, and if it's not provided, the vehicle might slip. Means if it is moving across it, and it might slip, and accidents are occur. And it is more harsh accident, more harsh kinds of accident can occur on this. And the last is the bleeding. Means if excessive binding material provided, if the concrete mix is not concrete mix, or we can say the bituminous mix is not done properly. Concrete mix in case of rigid pavement, and in case of flexible pavement, the bituminous mix, if it is not done properly, excess of the material can appear on the road, and the results include that the um, material is on the layer, and the layer becomes slippery, and this can be also lead to accidents. Now, as we have learned about the type of distresses, we will go on to classification of highway maintenance. There are two types of highway maintenance, that is routine maintenance and periodic maintenance. As in the beginning of the slide only, in the introduction phase, I have told you that routine maintenance is like frequent, means it is a continuous process and low cost activities that help us to maintain the longevity of the road, and it is less l- less uh, less heavy on your pockets and certainly economical. And periodic maintenance is for a more number of time. It is scheduled interventions like overlaying the surface, or generally it is like 6 months, 1 year, or generally more due to in the more amount of time. It's like 2 years, 4 years, longer duration of time. So going deeper into these topics, we'll know what is routine maintenance activities. So routine maintenance activities include pothole patching. Pothole patching is required continuously because if potholes are formed and if we do not give attention on time, it may form a huge pothole and accidents may occur. That is first issue. Second is crack sealing, means the cracks that are formed should be sealed continuously to improve the longevity of the road. And finally, the shoulder maintenance. I mean, the shoulder, the side, the shoulder is provided on the side of roads. They should be maintained properly because if they are maintained, so there will be no segregation of the material, and the subgrade will also not segregate. So this will improve the life of the road. Second is the periodic maintenance methods. So it is done in longer duration of time, like 2 years, 4 years, as I mentioned earlier. So first of all, it is the surface sealing, means the uh, applying asphalt or bituminous or whatever your binding material above the layer, about the already provided layer, so that the quality might be improved. And second is overlaying. Overlaying is also similar to surface sealing, and additional amount of asphalt or bituminous thing is laid over your road, and as a result, the maintenance part is done. And the final is the rehabilitation, means after it is generally after 10 to 20 years, like if the road's lifespan have has been over, so it needs to completely changed, means from uh, we can dig the road completely, and we can remove the already provided road. The subbase is also removed, and a completely new road is laid, and that is the case. So now moving to the next slide, the importance of highway drainage in maintenance of highways. So drainage is just as important as the remedies that we have suggested earlier. It is very important for the maintenance of the highway because it prevents the water accumulation. If it prevents the water accumulation, there will be lesser chances of cracks and lesser chances of potholes, and this will eventually lessen the accidents, and the maintenance part will be done properly. Second is it extends the pavement life, because if water is properly managed, if the drainage is properly done, so as a result, the life of the pavement, the life of the road will be improved. And the last is it enhance safety, because if there is water on the road, all over the road, so there might be chances of accidents occurring. So we need to reduce this. So we need to provide the highway drainage properly, and in well planned cities, or where town planning is done properly, we can see that this kinds of thing is done. And also we can see in cities, means now it is not possible for a complete city to rehabilitate, means to change a complete city. So the government is trying uh, that that we do it on a small basis, means from like we plan a small area, we change the complete area, and we scale it to a higher level. So there are various types of drainage design considerations also we need to keep in mind while designing a drainage system. The first is like types of drainage. In the types of drainage, surface drainage means which types of drainage we are going to provide. First is surface drainage, like gutters. It can be visible to man. The second is subsurface drainage, like pipes or gravels or layers. So uh, this reduces the air pollution, and means the smell is also reduced. And the last is the longitudinal and cross drainage systems, means it is the mixture of the above mentioned, and depending on the location. And the second is the design aspects, means what design consideration we need to provide, like for the longevity, the span of the The span of the drainage system also, lifespan of the drainage system also needs to be considered. The hydrologic analysis for flow estimation needs to be done. Proper calculation needs to be done. How much water is going to, or how much drainage is going to flow through this. Proper slope and grading should be given, because if proper slope and grading is given, the water will completely go into the drainage, and it may not go into other places. And last is the material selection for deliverability, that is the best material should be provided for your roads. Now coming to the last slide, what are the key maintenance takeaways and what steps we need to take on a practical level? Means now till now we have learned about the theoretical part, but how to implement it, how to bring these things into action. First is the regular inspection. Means the regular inspection of the road should be done by the surveyor, by the person, in case of in case, and also if the government official is appointed for that, he should play his duty wisely and do the things on time. The second is the integrated maintenance. Means sometimes we can see that there are routine maintenance practices followed, and some in some period periodic maintenance. But if we maintain this, means if we balance both this, and it will be certainly cost effective, and it will give the longevity to the pavement. And the final is the focus on drainage. Means the drainage system should be surely focused upon, and it upgrades, and we should try to upgrade our drainage system, better drainage system. One such example I would like to suggest. I means I have heard in a, uh, I have heard it somewhere recently. So I would like to tell you that in the case of London, means earlier the drainage system was same. Means like the condition India is facing now, London also faced the same problem, and it was not so clean. Means the cleanliness was not the cleanliness was not maintained in the drainage system, and as a result, the people have to carry the waste of the people onto their heads, and they have to decompose it, and they have to means throw it away, and they charge a huge amounts. Means more than any manual labor they charge for this, because it was the, of course, the problem of means it was problem like they had to carry the human waste into that. So it was a huge problem. So what the government, London government did back then, means back 100 or 150 years back, is that they developed they hired the engineers, they hired the best engineers, and they provided the underground drainage system, the best drainage system. And now we can see the London is a city where means the highest levels of cleanliness is there. The cities are smart, the people are smart, the vehicles moving there are smart. So we can implement this on local levels in India also. We can start by implementing it on a means in bigger cities like Mumbai, Pune, uh, Delhi, and in the metropolitan cities. And eventually the other cities will take up these cities as a role model, and eventually the implementation part will be completed, and we can go to better town planning due to this. And with this I end my video. If you guys have any queries regarding to this topic, if you didn't understand anything, you can comment in the comment section, and uh, you can also like the video or dislike the video depending on uh, your approach. Thank you.